has done this before, notorious funny man. He also recently wrote a senior thesis screenplay that, in my opinion, is funnier, gayer, and Jewier than Billy Eichner's Rose. Welcome to the stage, Wolf MackRosen.
How y'all doing? Alright, before I start, I've seen some murmuring tonight. I feel like I have to address something. It's true. I am the hot pink Barbie Jeep that ran over Sammy. I am growing, and I'm growing. I'm not the same person I used to be. For those of you who don't know, my name is Wolf. I use he, him pronouns, but if I'm being completely honest, my preferred pronoun is me, because it's all about me. My mom would just be so proud of me that I used a grammar joke. I'm graduating this month, which is very exciting. Education is very important in my family. My sister is studying to be a teacher, my mom is a teacher, my grandpa's a chronic mansplainer, so we're all learning things. Anyway, I grew up in the education system of a little coastal New England town called Marblehead. Actually, in Marblehead, I'm considered exotic. If I had to describe Marblehead in 3 words, I would say white 3 times. But you can't do that in front of a mirror because that is how you summon Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I have no way of defending myself because it's not my week to use the space laser. I have to wait till the end of Hanukkah so it can charge. So I can't be all that critical of Marblehead because we are advanced in some ways. You can be gay in Marblehead. Unfortunately, in order to be gay, you do have to be the skinny, non-threatening demon twink who is basically the mascot for the field hockey girls. And I, as an overweight, ticking Jew who lettered in choir, just missed that mark. To be fair, the Demon Twinks would be a far more threatening mascot than our current Marblehead magicians, so. But anyway, another thing that sets Marblehead apart is that they are one of the schools in this country that does teach sex ed. If I can kind of remember my first sex ed experience. The year was 2013. I was in 8th grade, and I walked into Marblehead Veterans Middle School ready to have my life changed. So the first thing they did was they separated all of the boys from the girls because otherwise we would impregnate each other. At the time, they did not have a male health teacher, so the health teacher went with the girls, and they called in the guidance counselor to come talk to us macho men. And he showed us the video, and we learned about boners, I guess. And he walks out in front of the room, and he tells everyone, "All right, boys, I'm about to change your lives today." Just this weird Canadian man. He says, "We're gonna go around the room, and we're gonna come up with 5 traits as a class. They can be physical or emotional to describe our collective dream woman." And I just awkwardly made eye contact with Kenneth, the other closeted kid in my class, and like, I don't know about this. And all of the other boys in my class, they had some really pertinent observations about what they seek in a future mate. Like, she's gotta have huge tits. And I just look at Kenneth like, one of us has to say something or they're gonna know. So I raised my hand. And I got called on and I said, "I would just like to say that I agree with my classmates. I love boobs. Boobs are really slay, I'm really fierce, and they bring the house down. I want to touch, I want to touch them. That is what I want to do in my free time." Kenneth is just over in the corner like, "Work, Wolf! You're so straight! You did it!" And you just know that guidance counselor went home that day and thought, Wow, I just made a difference. I refer to this as the Will Schuester effect. Yeah, I bet he went home and he told his wife, I changed these boys' worlds. Wolf fainted when I said clitoris, but I think the rest of them got the point. I do think it's kind of ironic that out of that whole class, I'm the one who knew what a clitoris was. But maybe they've learned. Maybe. Anyway, because we do not learn anything about gay people in these sex ed classes, I became the one child left behind. And thus, it falls to me as a queer person to educate all of the straighties on all of the information they're missing out on. And sometimes it's hard to educate people efficiently because I'm so tired. Queer people are tired. So keep that in mind. I have found I am more willing to explain things to people well under certain circumstances. This circumstance is their parents are paying me money. If you're one of my campers or a kid that I'm babysitting, you're gonna get all the deets. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk shop, I'll let you know what poppers are. You're gonna be the smartest kid around. If you are a sweaty 90-year-old boy that I encountered in my dorm hallway, you're gonna have to Venmo your parents if you want anything out of me. So, I actually used to attend a school called Quinnipiac University in Connecticut. I was a nursing major. I know it's really shocking to imagine me as a woman in STEM, especially now that I'm just a fag in the arts. But anyway, one night I came home from my friend's apartment and I opened my door, and there are 7 boys from my floor just waiting for me in my dorm room. Now, I thought to myself, this is either going to be a hate crime, or I'm about to have a really fun night. Turned out to be neither, but also kind of both. This actually turned out to be a Q&A segment, an AM gay, if you will, where all of these boys asked me just the dumbest questions that anyone could ever think of. The one I remember mostly is, so when did you turn gay? And naturally I used my superior powers of sarcasm to formulate an answer that absolutely no one would believe, and I said, well, I got a letter from the Gay Council. They wrote to me in Marblehead, Massachusetts, and they said, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's challenge. You are now a homosexual. And I expected him to understand that I was being sarcastic, but the next words out of his mouth were, so who's on the Gay Council? Are you kidding? You really don't know? It's Cher, duh. Cher sits on the Gay Council. She doesn't have term limits, but every year she has a couple interns volunteering for her. This was late 2018, early 2019, so that year it was Ariana Grande. And so Cher walks in, she has all of the files, and she goes, whoa! We got a lot to get through today. All right, Wolf MackRosen. Yeah, he'll do. And Ariana's like, yeah. Jonathan Groff. Well, he meets all the requirements, but Leah's been causing a couple issues. Do you think she could read the room by now? Yeah. All right, who's next? Alex McGregor. Whoa. We're gonna have to come back to this one. Thank you. Next. Just so you guys know, that's just the Gay Men's Council. The Lesbian Council is Kate McKinnon and a bag of cats. a totally different group of people. So I think what I've learned from all of this is that education, it has its challenges, but I have learned things that I really appreciate. When I was in 3rd grade, I got called into the principal's office to confront the 2 boys that had been bullying me all year. If we made it this far into the set and you just now realize that I was bullied as a child, bless your heart. So we sit down in the office, the principal makes them apologize to me, it's really slay. And then she sends the boys out of the room because she has to let me know in some way that this was my fault. And she says to me, Wolf, honey, those 2 boys were picking on you because you pick your nose. And I think that's something we can really work on together. Because, you know, I would hate to walk into a restaurant one day and see you on a date with a nice young lady with your finger up your nose. And you know what? I agree, Mary. I would hate to see me on a date with a woman too. Thank you very much, everybody.
What do you guys think? Very funny, right? To quote Paris is Burning, tens across the board. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I meant to say at the start, I never envisioned that I'd be have the great privilege of teaching a class on comedy and queerness. And it has been a real treat, especially workshopping these and seeing these 4 perform tonight. So thank you for attending, thank you for being a great audience, and have a great evening.